Hello, I'm Tommy Baldwin. Played 239 games for Chelsea and scored 92 goals. So don't forget to subscribe to
Morning guys, and welcome to another edition of Chelsea SW6 transfer rumours. And let's start with the England ladies. Well done, they've reached the semi-final, 3-0 victory yesterday against Norway. Fantastic, the girls are doing fantastic. Can they go one better than the men? Well, we'll have to wait and see. They're certainly going to be playing someone really decent, because we play the winners of tonight's game between France and the USA. An England-Germany final, it'd be fantastic, wouldn't it, you know? Well done to all the Chelsea girls, not just playing for England, but playing for whatever nation out there. Just fantastic, total respect, big Chelsea contingent out there. I've been watching it on the fifth stand, and it's been really good. It's certainly something that I'm looking forward to covering a lot more details next season. As I say, I'm not really well versed in the ladies' game. I know that Francis CFC Stanley, who's part of our editorial team and always at the Chelsea games home and away, and part of Chelsea SW6, she goes all the time, and you know, it's something that we're definitely looking at a lot more in a lot more depth this season coming. But well done girls, well done, fantastic, and well done Phil Neville. Let's hope they can get through this tricky semi-final, whoever they play, and then on to the final. Wouldn't that be fantastic, eh? Okay, let's start off then with Mateo Kovacic. As you know, we've been covering him over the last few days, and we all know that well, the timescale with regards to the decision on whether we want him or not. We got to the end of the month. Real Madrid put their feet out there. A lot of you out there feel that we're getting our pants pulled down big time by Real Madrid. Second time running as well. A lot of people didn't feel we got a great deal for Eden Hazard. With all the add-ons, etc., it is a half-decent deal, considering he only had 1 year left on his contract. But I see where you're coming from for sure. Well, most of the journals now are saying done deal. As a matter of fact, an Italian journalist, Fabrizio Romano, said an agreement is absolutely imminent. 45 million English pounds equates to around about 50 million euros, and it certainly looks as though that now is moving to its conclusion, and we are taking up the option in signing Mateo Kovacic. What do you think about that, guys? How do you feel about that? I think that was a good bit of business, considering we can't spend really anything at all, and therefore on what we can do, we're securing. Let us know what you think down below, guys. Another one we mentioned out there yesterday was Jade De Silva, and the decision for the club to let him join Bristol City. As we know, he was there last season, made a lot of appearances. Really solid player, and one that you felt maybe that would return back to the fold, especially with Frank coming in as manager. It's rather interesting, really, because along with Oliana, it's two players that we've let go relatively cheaply, and quality players too. And just picking up on Talk Sport, Adrian Durham, he says, and I quote, "I cannot understand why Chelsea have sanctioned this as a permanent exit. Only is it cheap. I have to say, I've seen him a fair few times. He's quality, and I am absolutely shocked that it's been made into a permanent deal, and that Chelsea have allowed it to happen. He's so good, he's so highly rated. He's won everything at youth level with Chelsea, and he can't get his head around it. Well, he is a player that's been with us all the way through since the age of 13, and he's another one that we've let go. And you just wonder, was that a smart bit of business by Chelsea to not just allow him to go, but also Oliana to go too? You see his little back heel for Nigeria. in the African nations. You know, again, he was one I expected to return back to the fold. But he's gone. We can't do anything about it. We've let him go. And it is what it is. But it's interesting to hear the thoughts of Adrian Durham there with regards to that decision made by the club. And was it a little bit too premature? Should we have just waited for Frank to come in and then make the decision? Was there any need to move and act so quickly? Let us know what you think, guys, down below as well with regards to that situation. One where, on similar lines, but perhaps I'm not going to make the same mistake, is Jake Clark-Salter. Obviously, he's a good player. He's been out on loan in Holland, Vitesse Arnhem, but Leeds United they've had their spies out watching him at England under 21 level in the Euros, and they certainly earmarked him to join them at Ellen Road. And it seemed that they were looking to do some business with Chelsea. Chelsea were fully aware of that. But that's now apparently been put on hold for Frank to assess whether it's the right move for us as a club. So he's not a very popular character at Leeds United, is our Frank. But what do you think about that, guys? Is he someone that perhaps we should keep hold of? Jake Clark-Salter, what do you think? Again, let us know down below. Other news, I don't know if you saw Eden Hazard whilst he was on holiday in Greece. He managed to find his way to training sessions of the Chelsea Academy and turn up their training camp and have a little kick around, take some pictures, and absolute class from Hazard. And it just goes to show that we're not out of his mindset, and that's good because it bodes well for the future. Perhaps maybe after a couple of years, realising his dream, that the dream isn't reality in terms of where you feel most comfortable and where you feel like your DNA, where you feel safe inside. And who knows, maybe we might see the return of Eden Hazard in a couple of years' time, because we're always in there, you know. We've made that much of an impression, let's be honest here. That's his own time, he's on holiday, he doesn't have to do that. He's taken his own time out to do that. And he's not a Chelsea player, he's a Real Madrid player, but he still felt the need to go there, get pictures taken, and just, you know, show his face. And he didn't need to do that. And it just shows the class of the man, but it also shows that we are very much part of him and in his DNA. So nice one, well done, Eden Hazard. News regarding Chelsea's pre-season games. We are returning back to Ireland. As you probably remember, last season we were there where we played Arsenal. Just giving you a rundown on the games. We've got a double header in Ireland against Bohemians and St Patrick's Athletic. So obviously across the Irish Sea on the Wednesday the 10th of July, 7:45 kick-off away at Bohemians, and Saturday the 13th of July, 2 PM against St Patrick's Athletic. You can actually purchase those tickets on the Chelsea website right now, I'm told. After that, we go over to Japan where we're playing Kawasaki, Frontale and Barcelona in Japan there. And then we return home back. We play at the Majeski. We play Reading on the 28th. And we fly out to Austria, to RB Salzburg, to take on them. So that's our pre-season games all sorted out. The Ireland doubleheader seems a really good crack. I might find out how much all that's going to entail. As I say, that's 10th of July on the Wednesday night, and then on the 13th, which is a Saturday, against St Patrick's Athletic. So there you go. Little shout out to William, one of the penalty takers in the penalty shootout, which takes Brazil to the semi-finals, I believe, in the Copa America. They knocked out Paraguay, and well done to him. And it doesn't look like a lot of our players are still sort of continuing. It doesn't look like there's going to get too much rest, you know. They're still continuing throughout this pre-season. But he's a player, obviously, we're looking to sign up and just secure for another year. So we've got a couple more years with William. So well done to him. Callum had some Odoi situations, still obviously not ratified, but that won't be until Frank's in position to make that deal a bit more permanent. But it's interesting to see that Bayern Munich has another bid, another sneaky bid. We've seen that the player looks now like he's getting back to fitness a lot quicker than it was expected. And we all know that there was a release clause which Bayern bid on, and that got the whole debate about whether to cash on him, and he was definitely looking towards that situation, was the player. And then of course he got games, and then he got injured, and then he was then committing to us, and now he's wobbling a bit, and well, we can see why, because Bayern haven't gone away and they're not giving up on the ghost. But apparently we have slapped a 5-year deal down on the table, which is quite a massive commitment, and I believe it's quite a tasty deal too, £100,000 a week. It's just a case of that arm round the player and telling him that he's going to get games, and you know that he is quality, and he's believed in. I think that's what it's all about. As I say, a lot of these things are going to click into place once the manager's into position, but it's difficult. That's hence the reason why a lot of these things are the same issues, and it just slight changes on a daily basis until Frank comes in and it all kind of gets more solidified and put into place. A lot of this stuff's going to keep coming up and up and up, so it won't go away. And why wouldn't it not? You know, he's a quality player, and they've made their feelings known about him. And you know, if that's the case, they're for sure going to keep chipping away until the problems nailed down. It's interesting as well, because I was really searching like for different angles on things and that, and there's one report here from a Leicestershire paper saying that Danny Drinkwater feels that he's got a chance now. 29 years of age. He played 2 games last season. I think one was in the Community Shield, was a bit part performance. Was it away at Cardiff? 1 or 2 games. Played the entire, season last year, so he wasn't featured at all. But he's certainly a player, I think, if we got a bid on. But it's saying that Frank was interested, wants to have a look at it, because when he played alongside N'Golo Kante, it did work, and that was the reason why we bought him. He was also a player we was in for, apparently, before N'Golo Kante in the first place, and he's just a player that's never really had a chance, really. There you go. One man that is on his way, his contract's up this weekend, is Gianfranco Zola. It's rather a shame, really, because of all the legends coming back in the club. You'd think that we'd like to fit him in somewhere. Well, apparently we did offer him a position, an ambassadorial role at Chelsea, someone that, like a statesman, etc. But I think he wants to continue with regards to his coaching or managerial, that side of things. And he's rejected that, so therefore his contract's up. So, but sadly, he'll be gone this weekend. So, much respect to Gianfranco, and I hope whatever you do, get every success in the world, and you'll always be loved and appreciated by us supporters for sure at Chelsea. Well, that's about it then, guys. There's not a lot right now. That's pretty much what's out there with regards to us, as a football club. It's all centralising around this news. It's almost demoted a little bit now, because I just want to get that information out, and then we can start sorting out all these issues, because there's a lot of contracts that need nailing down now, and we definitely need to know which way we're going as a football club. But we are making some decisions, you know, as we've seen with the players that we've let go. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching for the first time, please press the subscribe button. You might have noticed now we're getting rather close now to 9,000, so please share the content about, and speak to you soon. Keep the blue flag flying high.